friends, Jen Cassell here. Welcome to my craft room. I am so excited to be participating in 12 by 12 Cardstock Shop's 12 Days of Christmas. If you're not familiar with the event, beginning the day after Thanksgiving and running for 12 days, they feature a different designer each day, and you're going to get a free SVG file. The designer will do a tutorial on their YouTube. It's super fun. The designs are limited though. Make sure to sign up for that email and you'll get your free file each day for the 12 days following Thanksgiving. Today, I'm so excited to share with you the project that I've created for this super fun event. Adorable garland. So fun, using so many great products from the shop. I will leave my affiliate link in the description box, as well as direct links to all of the products used. Make sure to sign up for that email so you can download the SVG file for free. I will be selling this SVG file after we're all done with this event. I believe you have until the 11th of next month. So make sure to sign up. It's so much fun and I'm so excited to be participating. I'm going to include a full tutorial in Design Space on how I uploaded the file and cut it, and then we'll do a tutorial on the garland itself.
So I've uploaded the holly leaf garland file into Design Space. Make sure to unzip it before you add it. And I've added it to my canvas. It's going to come over smaller than what we need. The first thing you're going to do is ungroup it. And then we can go ahead and just delete this. I'm going to show you how to do this. So the first thing that I'm going to do is size this up to 9 inches, like so. And then I am actually going to duplicate it 3 times. On the 4th, I am going to change the color of my flowers, and I'm going to do all of these in a hot pink color. And then go ahead and go up to your entire group and duplicate it again. I want 5 flowers total. Let's just bring these out of the way. I'm going to resize this to 11.5. And then I am going to attach it. I am going to duplicate this for a total of 2. The next one, I am going to bring it up to 11.5 again, attach, and duplicate it again. And you know what? I'll duplicate it a 3rd time. Once again, come up here, resize to 11.5. We are going to attach it and duplicate it again. For our final grouping, once again, resize to 11.5. We're going to attach it again. Now that I have it attached, I can duplicate it again. We are now ready to cut our materials.
So I have everything cut out of my Cricut, and I am going to go over these really quickly. Once again, I have cut the largest leaf out of Shamrock. There's 6 per page, and I've cut each page 3 times, so a total of 18 of the largest leaves. I have the medium leaf here, and there's 8 per page. I've cut it 3 times for a total of 24. And then the smallest of the leaves, I've cut in Turquoise Necklace. I am using the Textured Encore line from 12 by 12. There are 12 leaves per page, and I've cut these twice. And for the outline of the holly leaf, I have cut that twice out of Emerald Glitter Luxe cardstock from Encore. Note that I did not throw away the center. This actually makes a really cute mini leaf for our garland as well. So make sure to keep those. I've also cut my flowers for a total of 5. I did 3 in the Princess Pink from Encore, and I did 2 in the Hot Pink. The stamens are made with the Arctic White Encore. So I've put 4 of my flowers together, and I'm going to go through making one of these flowers with you. I do use a bone folder to shape my petals. I find it easiest to do it this way. So I'm just going to pinch at the base of the petal using the opposite hand that I'm holding my bone folder in, and then just drag it like you were curling ribbon. This is going to give the petals a nice curve. And once we're done curling those petals, you're going to further shape them by pinching the bottom like so. And that's really just going to add a lot of texture to our flowers. And you'll end up with something like this. We're going to repeat with each layer of the flower. So once again, going through, holding at the base and curling that petal. Once again, I'm just going to pinch at the bottom. And I'm left with this. Now for our stamens, I'm going to go through and bring all of those stamens up, creating a nice fold right at the base where they attach. And then I'm going to go in and pinch and just kind of roll at the same time. That is going to bring our petals inward while keeping the base flat. I'm going to use some hot glue to attach the next layer of stamens. And once again, I'm just going to press that in and making sure to stagger each of these stamens. Pull those stamens towards the center and roll and pinch at the same time. And this is what you should have so far. Grab your hot glue and add a dot to the center to put in my last layer, being careful to stagger those stamens as you layer. I'm not going to pull this last layer in as far as I did the others. I'm going to kind of leave it like this. Now we just have to layer our petals, making sure to stagger those petals with each layer. You could use liquid glue for this as well. I do prefer hot glue for the instantaneous bond for something like this. Let's just put our stamen inside the center. And we have a super cute poinsettia. Really, really fun, easy to make. Now that we have our flowers made, we can start our garlands. So my base of the garlands is a 1.5-inch ribbon strip. You're not going to see this, so it really doesn't matter what ribbon you use for it. I just like the 1.5 because it provided a really nice base for the garland. I also picked up this 12-pack of ornaments. This is from Dollar Tree. It's completely optional, but it does add a really fun touch to the garland. First thing that we're going to do is find the center of our ribbon. So right at about the 2.5 foot, I'm just going to go ahead and mark that with a bend in the ribbon. And I'm going to lay down my first poinsettia right at that mark. I'm going to measure about 10 inches down, and once again, drawing over my ribbon just to mark it and put my next poinsettia down. This does not have to be perfect by any means. It'll look so cute regardless. And once again, I'm going to measure about 10 inches. It really does help to work on a grid pattern when I'm doing larger projects like this. And then I'm going to do the opposite side. So once again, measuring about 10 inches, I'm doing a fold to mark it. And adding in a poinsettia. About 10 inches over. I'll fold it and bring in my last poinsettia. Okay, now that we have all of our poinsettias in place, we can start using our leaves. So to shape our leaves, that's what this cut is here at the bottom. I'm just going to pull those over one another, and it's going to help shape our holly. I found this to be the easiest way to do it versus using my bone folder to shape each individual leaf. I am using my hot glue gun for this, so I'm just adding a tad of hot glue right at the bottom. And then I'm going to add a little bit more hot glue to the back and slide it in under my poinsettia. By adding the leaves around the poinsettia in different sizes, it adds a lot of texture to our project. Once again, adding just a tiny bit of hot glue and then using some more hot glue on the back and sliding it under the leaves. I'm doing the exact same thing with the leaf outline. As I'm gluing the leaves down, I'm really trying to vary the color and size of my leaves for a bit of variation. As I get further away from the flower, I'm going to start adding my leaves in a more up and down pattern as I'm coming up on the next flower. Now, as you can see, I'm coming up on this next flower. So I'm starting to fill my leaves in and centering them around the flower. So this is what we have so far. And then you can see that it's really easy to fill these in. I do have a tendency to reach for the larger leaves first and fill in with the smaller leaves. Make sure as you're doing this to take a step back and look, see if you need more color somewhere or you need to fill in spots. It's really important that you look at the larger picture. Sometimes it's easy to get kind of lost in what you're doing and not pay attention to what it looks like as a whole. It also isn't really necessary to place your leaves directly on top of one another. Your garland is going to get really heavy if you do that. So you may need a second ribbon to reinforce if it's getting super, super heavy. In some spots, you'll notice that the leaves will kind of start to droop a little bit. You'll notice too, the tighter you crisscross these, the more shape you're going to get. So you can also work on varying the shapes as well. All right, so I have just about all of my garland together. I've used up all my leaves. I kind of have it folded right here, but I think I love this pattern and the colors are just right. So we can move on to our next step. And this is completely optional, of course, but I'm going to add some of these glitter and matte silver ornaments on here. And to do that, I'm just going to pop that top right off and add a bit of hot glue where it was at and just start gluing down in random places. You could also glue these down in sets of 3. Use them kind of like berries on here, but I just like the look of the single ones. I don't want them to overwhelm my leaves. So I'm just going to kind of glue them on kind of in between my flowers. And that will give me a bit of a pattern if I'm using my flowers as a guide. All right, so here we are. My entire 5-foot length of garland. So stinking cute.
So let's take one final look. So cute. Love how she turned out. Perfect Christmas decor for adding to your holiday mantle. I'm going to use it in my craft room decor. It will look so cute in your kid's bedroom. Imagine waking up to this. So fun. So I hope you liked my tutorial. Make sure to hit that subscribe button for more crafty content. Be sure to head on over to 12x12 Cardstock Shop and look at all of their amazing paper. I will leave my affiliate link in the description box as well as direct links to all of the products used in today's video. I hope you had fun with 12x12 Cardstock Shop's 12 Days of Christmas. Be sure to follow along and make sure to go over to their site and grab all of those SVG files while they're still free. I'll see you in the next crafty video. Bye!